Welcome back to the show. My grandmother is a very wise knitter. She always has the right pearl of wisdom. Enjoy the show.
Hi everybody, welcome to my knitting channel. Today is episode 115. Yay. I slept in today and then I had a really weird dream. Like, I wake up a lot through the night, and usually, like, you have dreams like when you first fall asleep, and then you wake up, and then and then go back to sleep, and you have more dreams, and then you wake up, and then you have more dreams. So I dream throughout the whole night. I have like 5 dreams every night that I usually can remember all of them. It is a curse. But the dream I had right before I woke up for the last time was so bizarre that I like can't get out of how weird it was. And I've only been awake for like 2 hours. I slept till noon. It was great because yesterday I had my bubble. So you're going to hear this a little bit today because I had my throat bubble all day yesterday. So I did not sleep the night before because it's too painful to sleep, which if you have chronic pain, you know that one of the only like saving graces is that you can sleep. Typically, most of my painful conditions, I can sleep too. If I'm in pain, I just go to bed. But this thing in my throat, cannot sleep through it. It's the absolute worst. I have to sit up and be as still as I can. Or it really hurts, and it makes me choke on things. I can't eat a lot. I can't drink. I kept choking on water. It's not a fun time. So that apparently is not tied to anything having to do with my surgery. Which we didn't think so, but I was like, you never know. Since no one could tell me what's causing this or what it is, they have nothing for it. The last doctor I saw for it didn't even talk to me about it because he said I had seen too many doctors and he wasn't going to find anything that those doctors didn't. And I was like, well, what a waste of my copay. What a waste of my copay to come here to be told that. So I'm hoping that they found the tumor in my sinus cavity. It's not cancerous. It's not dangerous. It doesn't have to come out unless it's getting too big and doing something. I don't know if I told you about that because I'm like, oh my God, you told them you have a tumor in your head and then didn't tell them anything about it. It's not a big deal. I'm just wondering if it's causing this thing in my throat because I have this overproduction of mucus that I think sets it off. But they were thinking that it came from the stomach and the acid is what was producing the mucus. But I'm wondering, since I've never had heartburn in my life, I've never once had heartburn. I'm wondering if we're looking at it the wrong way and if it's coming from this and that's what's causing something. Who knows? I'm just saying it could be a possibility. I want to further investigate this. So I'm taking some steps. So when I see another doctor, I still have to find another because I'm not going back to that guy who told me I saw too many doctors. Unfortunately, he's the closest one. So I wanted to try some things beforehand so I could report whether or not they made my symptoms any better. Because I like to do that before they tell me something stupid like take a Tylenol. Go home and take a Tylenol. Like I haven't already done that, you know. Anyway, do you want to get into the episode? Today I'm wearing the first abrazo, which is by Laura Nelkin. This is the first one we made, so it's made to pattern. Did I do anything different to? Oh, all I did was change the number around the sleeves, I think, to make it a little snugger for me because I am smaller. Okay, whips. I have one whip. I just have the one. Bamboo cotton. And look at this. It's this, the gobstopper ball. It's fine. It's still huge. Making progress. I decided to stop all the other hats until this hat is done. Because I'm like, you know, making the sport weight hats. So I put those, because I remember I decided I'm going to try them on the 375. But I didn't want to start that until this one's done. So I'm getting this one done first. Because I don't like having more than one of the same project to do. Because then one will get more, like, then that one will get more attention because it'll go faster than this one. I'm like, let's just finish this one up. Also, I wanted to say about the needle stoppers that I told you about. Keep them away from your cats because my cat bit into this one and made it like an accordion. It still works. It's not hold, so I'm using it until. But it's because I left it out and I didn't put it back in this lovely Maleficent bag from Frayed Knots, I think. She's listed in my down below. I love this bag. That's my only whip. That's stockinette in the round. Very, very easy. I've told you about it like 800 times because I've been working on it forever. Oh, that brings us to finished. I have 2 finished items today. The first one is the Sockhead Cowl in the, what was this? Mitchell's Creations in Drunken Unicorns. And I was just looking at their, I think they have different drunkens, so you don't have to get the drunken, or different unicorns, maybe? I don't remember. But they have other colors that aren't black. I think there was a purple or a pink or a green or something. I might be lying. But this one's on black. Finished. Love it. I had some problem with it smelling mildewy. Do you ever just get sometimes, like, I let this soak and totally forgot about it all day, which I don't think should have made it smell mildewy, and something else I'm one of those people, I smell mildew all the time, so it could be I'm not even smelling mildew, and I certainly was not smelling it while I was working on it. So I'm trying to say it's not the yarn. But I don't know if somewhere along, so I just sprayed it with vinegar. Stuff smells like vinegar, but I don't know where the mildew smell was coming from. Can I hide this? I haven't cut the end off yet because it was just blocking and I haven't worn it. This one feels, oh, this one is longer than the other one because this is more yardage. This is 463 yards and the other one was like I think it was 425 because it was a, whatchamacallit? Still snug in the face, so you can pull it up or I love these. And I love how it looks all not wonky. Wonky's not the word I want. But you have different, like, it looks like it's twisting and turning in here. You know what I mean? Oh, I just love this. I love this so much. I wonder which one of these I'm going to wear with my... I got a new coat, and it's super ugly. I forget what brand it... We got it because it was super, super warm. And it's got like weird silver panels inside to, like, reflect your heat back on you. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I went to the store and tried one on. They didn't have the color I wanted because I wanted black. So I went to a store just to try it on and, like, to figure out what size I wanted and, you know, if I even liked it because it's pretty expensive. And I put it on. I was starting to sweat in the store, and I was like, oh my God, I need this jacket because I'm freezing in the winter all the time. And I have a real heavy wool coat that I love. It's really heavy, and I'm like, it would be nice to not have to lug around a heavy coat all the time. Like if I'm going somewhere and I have to do the goth thing that I like to do, then that's fine. But I was like, I want something that's actually warm, you know, for when it's really cold. But the black isn't quite black. So did I start a different one? I was thinking of which one will end up being the one I pick to go with my new really warm coat. Like you can have a t-shirt on and put this coat on and go out in the snow and be totally warm. Like it's ridiculous. I can't remember the name of it though. I've worn it like twice. Anyway, this one is from, I'm keeping this one for me because I love it so much. I was also wondering if I could, yeah, bring it up like a hat. Yeah, there we go. So because I have a ton of hair and I hate it when it's wet, and I was like, I wondered if I could get this to, you know, stay off my neck while it's drying. Or just, you know, using it as a headband or something. So anyway, that's my one finished. This is the Sockhead Cowl. Kelly, is it Kelly McClure? Am I just making up that name? I did not make up that name. Her name is Kelly McClure. So this was actual 463 yards 2 pattern. My other finished item is the Sockhead Cowl, but I made it in worsted. This is the colorway Joel, and this is from Haute yarn, and the base is Oscar worsted. So I wanted to tell you what I did here, because my next project is to do this in DK weight, and I think I might have a sport too. Okay, so Joel was 105 grams, and this is 218 yards. So pretty standard for your indie dyed. I can still really get this to stretch too. Very, very excited. So I did 4mm needles and 96 stitches. And I wanted to show you how comparable that was to the original. The only thing we're missing is some length, but it hits the size all the way through. So I'll put it on because I haven't. I did have a little bit more left over, and I could probably do one more round, and I'm considering it because I like this yarn so much. I'm thinking of doing one more round before I then rebind off. Now the difference is going to be in the fit because it's thicker yarn. It's just thicker. It's not going to fit the same as a fingering weight. In there, so that's not. So again, if you have a single, this was my only worsted weight indie dyed. because it's not one I buy a lot, and I think I bought this because I loved the colorway, and all she had it in at that point was Oscar worsted, so I just bought it. And I was like, maybe I'll make arm warmers. Instead, it's a cowl. This actually is what I was thinking I might wear with my new winter coat, but I think it's gonna be too warm because it's pretty bulky. Yeah, it fits the same. It's not, it's not. I wanted it to be the exact same size, so I worked out a lot of gauging and math to make sure it was the same size. Because I didn't want to get choked by it, and I really do like it. But I did the same. I measured it. Did 25 grams for the first ribbing, 2x2 ribbing, then worked stockinette until I had 25 grams, and then worked down. Let's see, I started the bind off after, so I got 26 rounds of ribbing for the first bit, because that doesn't have the bind off. The cast on's very, very negligible. So this I bound off at 2.86 grams after 25 rounds of this, and I think this is 97. I think this was 97 grams. I mean, 0.97 grams. And it took me like 91 or less for another round. So I'm like, this could be one more round. Do I want to do one more round and redo the bind off? I'm thinking about it. I guess it depends on how lazy I am, if I do it or not. But I thought you could also make these worsted, since I'm planning on, doing stuff for charity. I was like, oh, worsted, that works up way faster, because this took me like 2 days. Because I can do 50 grams of worsted in 8 hours. So this took me like 2 days to do. I like this color too. I'm there's a lot of white in here that I did not expect to see. So like on this side, it looks great, because these are actually gray. But then when you come over on this side, this was probably the back side. There's a lot of white, but if you look at this part, let's see the difference. It looks better. But I mean, that's indie DyeDirectory, and that's what happens. This is like gray with a little bit of black, some not quite navy, a dark blue, not quite a navy, and then this, it's not quite burgundy, it's kind of like a blood red. I just loved the colors. It's Joel from Miss Maisel. I really, really liked the color. Very nice. I mean, I guess it could be considered masculine. It's hard, I think, to find colors that read masculine that are variegated. Do you know what I mean? Not that I think any color is really gendered, but I think for the men in your life, this is a nice color. Also a nice color for me because I like it. Oh, squishy mail, guys. Do you love Supernatural? I don't mean the Supernatural, but I mean Supernatural as in the TV show. So, Stans, is it called stans.com? Whatever it is. I'm sure you know. They still sell stuff from like the actors, and so like you can get Moose stuff. We've got Jared's Always Keep Fighting campaign, stuff like that. So Samantha Smith, that's our mom. It's Mama Winchester. Had these up on her website. Definitely not vampire steaks. And it has this zipper pull that is an anti-possession symbol. It's not a very clear anti-possession symbol. It's very not cloudy. Do you know what I mean? The zipper sucks. This zipper is terrible. I am really going to replace this zipper, which I have another bag that I need to replace the zipper on, so I can use it. So this, I'm going to be replacing this zipper. It's such a cheap zipper. And in it, they couldn't have made the bag just a smidge bigger, are a set of knitting needles. These are size 13s, 9mm. I absolutely love how they are the natural wood and then black. I love it so much. And then you also get an H 5mm crochet hook done the same way. I love these so much. I will probably never use them because they're so beautiful. Oh, and there's W's at the top. There are W's. I will probably display them somehow because I just absolutely love this, the natural with the black. I am just in love with this so much. It looks so pretty. Like, I wish I could get a set made. And do you know anything that anywhere that does a set like this? Because I am in love with it. I had to get it just because it was Winchester's, and I mean, I don't work on 9s that much, and I'd be too afraid that I would snap them. But I had to have it. I totally had to have it just for that. Just so funny. So it's my non-squishy mail. Today we're going to talk about March projects, and I realize this is going to be coming out on March 3rd, and typically I do our planning episodes before we hit the month, but I hope you'll extend me some leeway here because of the surgery, and I was not sure I was even going to be doing an episode today. So I'm going to be going over what we're going to do for March because February, March, and April are my spring, typically my spring months where I get stuff ready that I want to wear in the spring. I'm not doing any of that because last month, February, I was just doing what I could do recovering from my surgery, and before that I was doing what I could do waiting for my surgery. So for March, we're going to be getting some stuff out of the way. We're kind of cleaning out the closets, getting rid of some whips, finishing some stuff. So in April, we can do what I want to do for spring. Okay. So the first thing for March is our burdock shawl. If you remember this from, where do we start this? November? Maybe October. No, not October. November, probably, right after Stephen West's Mystery Knit Along. So I'm halfway. Am I halfway yet? No, I'm halfway to halfway. Yes, I'm halfway to halfway. Here's halfway. I'm halfway to halfway. This is done. The shawl is done. We are doing the lace panel across the bottom now. That is done perpendicular. So you pick up and do it longer. I absolutely love this. I can't even tell you how much I love this. I can't wait for this to be done. I'm going to wear it so much next year when it's really, really cold. I'm so excited at the prospect of having this done. I just hate doing it. I absolutely hate doing it. It's one of the things that I don't enjoy doing at all. I hate it. So I was watching Nitty Natty the other day, and was it Nitty Natty? I'm pretty sure she brought up the 30 for 30, which is for 30 days, every day, you work on a project for 30 minutes and 30 minutes only. And I decided the burdock is going to be my 30 for 30. I don't think it'll take me 30 days, but I'm going to give it my 30 for 30, which starts today, which means when I'm done recording here, I'm probably going to go do it. Because I really do want that done. I want it up because I'm not frogging it. I want it real bad. I just don't like doing the lace part. I love how it looks. I just absolutely hate doing it. So I've decided for March, we're going to do 30 for 30 for that. So I wanted to know if you were going to do any 30 for 30, and if you were, tell me about it. What are you doing? What is it that you hate to do that you're like, I can't stand this for more than 30 minutes a day? Okay, the second one that we're finishing is the slumber shawl, which I again have not touched, but I do think we're going to continue in pattern with this color, because I'm doing 2 colorways instead of 4, and so the last colorway I think I want to be the finishing, it's basically 2 different patterns. So it would be like the border, the edge. So when I can switch to that color, then I'll figure out how we're gonna do that. I'm wondering if we might be by the time I get there, we might be at the same stitch count. If we're not, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I can increase to that stitch count, but I'm wondering if we're gonna be over it, because I have quite a bit left of this. But you know, worsted, it's not going to go very far. So this will be the other thing I am going to focus on getting done, because I do want this done too. This is just terrible because everything I'm going to get done for March is like going to be put away until the fall and the winter, because it's all winter stuff that I didn't get done last year because my surgery stuff started to come up. Oh, we're also going to do the sport weight hat. Like I said, after I finish the bamboo cotton, I'm starting this one on the 375s and see if that'll get us where we need to go. And then I'm going to have a hat going all the time till I get all those done and ready to donate. Then I'm going to be doing the Sockhead Cowls. I'm going to do a DK. I have a lot of single DKs. This is one of them that this came from an indie dyer who is now a closed up shop. Surprise. I got this from her. It was not this color. I made something with it, blocked it in, most of the color fell out. So then I took apart what I made and re-dyed the yarn and didn't know what to do with it. And now I'm thinking this might be a sockhead cowl for my coat, because it's got black and blue in it, which might help with the black that isn't quite black but isn't really blue either. I love how this came out, how this color came out, how I overdyed. Pink, purple, and blue. I just love it. I love how I believe this is BFL, if I'm not mistaken. So I have to figure out the gauge for a DK cowl. But I'll be able to share all of that with you, and it's on my when I post the Joel one, I'm pretty sure is up, and I think I'm pretty good at putting in how many stitches I used and what size needle I used. So I'm pretty sure all of that's already there if you want to make a worsted one. And as soon as I start this one, I don't know when I'm going to start this one. I'm trying to figure, because I got the burdock shawl and the slumber shawl. I'm not sure where that's going to fit in my I think I'm going to focus on getting that bamboo pop hat done first before I start any new mindless stuff, and that's pretty mindless. But I'm pretty sure I have all the math worked out, and I know what I'm going to do on that one. So, yes, that's for next month. I already have one for April. That's what I'm going to focus on for the rest of this month. So 2 shawls. Well, one will be 30 for 30, and then the slumber shawl, which will probably be my main project, and then finish the hat, start the sport hats, and then start the DK Sockhead Cowls, which isn't actually a Sockhead Cowl, since it's not the sock weight. But anyway, neither here nor there. That's my plan for the month. I'd love to hear what you're working on this month. If you have plans for, if anything new's come out that you want to do or that you're looking at, would love to hear it. I don't have I could not find my planner, which, as you can imagine, has filled me with anxiety because I was just writing in it yesterday and I don't know where it went. It's not in any of my stuff. I don't know where it is. Okay, I will give you a short update of my post-op surgery. So otherwise, it's the end of my knitting cut. I'll see you next week. Okay. I'm going back to weekly shows now because I feel okay. Okay. Oh, right. I went and saw my doctor. I finally cut off today. I cut off the last scab that was in my belly, but I think there are sutures like coming out of my, I didn't ask but there's something coming out of all 3 of my incisions, and it's just white, and it's like a cord. It's not like the glue that was there. I don't know what it is. I think it's the stitches, but they're all they're all dissolving stitches. So I assume eventually the part that's inside will dissolve and it will fall off. Anyway, it was my belly button. All of them were stuck to scabs. So once the scabs came off my skin, they were just still there on like this stitch thing. So I cut them all off. Only my belly button I couldn't get to because it's like indented. I have an innie, so it's indented. So I kept cutting at the scab, around the scab, to try to get at it because it hurt so bad and it itched so bad. And so I got it out. I'm not going to show it to you, don't worry. I had the most perfect, beautiful belly button you've ever seen. I don't know how my doctor did this in 1977, but he gave me the perfect belly button. Loved my belly button. Oh my God, it was so pretty. It was like, it was a perfect innie, and then the folds were just perfect. It looked like a flower. It was the prettiest belly button I've ever seen. It wasn't bulbous in any way. It was gorgeous, perfect. And I didn't know I was going to get a new belly button. Nobody said, hey, you're going to get a new belly button, because I would have said, can I not? Can you go close to the belly button? I don't care if I get a scar. I would have rather had a big gnarly scar across my stomach than have a new belly button that is ugly. I'm so upset about it. And I know, like, rationally it's the dumbest thing to be upset about, but they didn't tell me I was going to lose my belly button, or I would have taken some pictures of it because it's so pretty. I mean, I'm sure I have some old ones where I could blow it up and still see it, but I was mad about it, like mad that my belly button's ruined forever. And so today I finally cut the scab off and I can look at it, and it's disgusting, and I'm hoping it looks way better after it heals, but it looks bad and I'm mad about it. But like, I'm 45, no one's gonna be looking at my belly button, and it's not like I'm wearing midriff showing it off, you know what I mean? I don't know why I'm mad about it, but I am. It's a stupid thing to be mad about. I don't know why I'm mad about it. I just but anyway, I went to the doctor for my post-op checkup, and she said everything's fine, everything looks good. I was even in I was not in any pain, so I was able for her to get up in there and look at the stitches in the cuff. And she said everything's looking great, and at the end of my 6 weeks I can resume all normal activities. So I have the go ahead, everything's fine. I am feeling, so I've got 2 weeks now. We have two weeks left, so I'm 4 weeks post-op. I feel okay. See, it's hard for me to say because I had my bubble yesterday, so I'm not. My husband and I were talking that when I went into this surgery, I wasn't 100%. Like, we were estimating maybe I was at like 25%. Like maybe 25% of functionality and like normalcy. Like, my 100% is like people's 25%. So I feel like I'm feeling better than I did before. I still get winded, and at the end of the day, my belly feels sore from like hanging. I think I talked about this before, that I just hold my belly up because it feels heavy and it's hanging. But I assume as everything heals up in there, because it's still stitched up, I still got a lot of things stitched up in there. But the thing is, the getting winded and going through my energy really fast, that sucks. But I feel like I'm going to be able to do more things. Like, I feel like some of my pain is gone. I know some of my pain is gone. I can feel that some of my pain is gone. And I think if I can get my IBS under control now, I'm going to be fine. I think I need to control my fibro and my IBS, and I think I'll be golden. So that's what I'm trying to focus on. Now my fibro, I can't do anything about because I'm not cleared yet to go back to my, to do physical. I still can't, pick up stuff. So I'm like waiting for the 6 weeks, and then I'll slowly get back to my yoga, and then because that's what I think really helps my fibro. But anyway, wasn't I talking about my surgery? Yeah, she was able to give me not an exam, but to get in there and look, and it didn't hurt. So I was really excited by that because for a decade, I've been in so much pain that I'm just curled up, and I feel like I'm able to do this now, like just to throw my shoulders back and, open up my belly. I'm not hunched over, like protecting my belly. I can't do it for too long because it gets sore, but I'm able to, like, this has been a long time since I've been able to do that. And not immediately go, oh, So I think some of my pain has been taken away. I think I'm hopeful that this is going to help me, hopefully more than I expected it to, because I did not expect that this would get rid of all my pain. I was hoping, but I wasn't expecting it to, because that's not my luck. The first week was bad. The first week was hard, and then like by day 10 and 12, I was feeling okay, and it's been steadily progressing since then. So I think it would have been better if they had given me the pain medication that I had needed in the beginning. I think that would have helped greatly. So yeah, everything, I'm cleared to do whatever in 2 weeks. So I've been trying to eat better. Not that I eat badly. I don't eat a lot of meat, so I've been dying for like a salad though. Yeah, I feel like I have to do like a whole kind of lifestyle change coming out of this, because now I gotta look at, how to control my IBS, which I have no idea, because I've never been able. I've had IBS. They can't diagnose it at 2, but I've had symptoms of IBS since I was 2 years old. It's actually, I'm not the only one in my family that deals with it. So I'm hoping, I'm trying to change the lifestyle, and I mean diet, exercise. Since now, hopefully I won't be in so much pain, I can actually do more physically. That, might be why my body is so out of whack. I'm getting tired just from sitting. I think this chair is making my belly sore, or because I also did that thing and maybe I wasn't ready to do that thing. Whoops. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got, and I wanted to get this 30-30 done. Let's get started on that. The dog's hungry. You see her pacing because she's ready for lunch. Okay, so I guess next week will just be where I'm at. I don't. It seems to me that all of these knitting channels are exactly the same. So I feel like come back next week for the same stuff you saw today, and maybe I'll have something finished. Will I have something finished? Let's hope it's the burdock shawl, but it'll probably be the slumber shawl will probably be finished. If I have to bet. I don't know, unless I keep going on that bamboo cotton hat I really want to finish, so it might be that. It might still be, I might still take this week. I don't know if my brain's ready to take on, reading instructions again. I'm like, oh, do I want to do that? Because I have not looked at the slumber shawl in like a month. I don't recall the stitch, like the stitch pattern at all. I know I just had to count rows. I know it was pretty easy to stay with, and I just had to keep track of the rows. But I'm like, that burdock. I can focus for 30 minutes. I know I can. I might need a nap first, though. I'm not sure. Okay. So, I'll see you next week. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.